On today's episode of SFA Now, learn what the campus's NAACP is up to and how they take a stand for the betterment of the community. Stay tuned. SFA Now begins now.
Hello and welcome to another episode of SFA Now. I'm your host, Allie Owens. On today's episode, we will be discussing one of SFA's many organizations, NAACP, and what all they offer to the campus as well as the community. Joining me today is SFA's NAACP President Robin Branch. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So let's get started. For those that are not familiar with NAACP, would you explain the mission statement and the purpose?
Well, the NAACP stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and the mission statement is to ensure the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all people in order to eliminate race-based discrimination. And in SFA, our goal is to empower and educate the students through advocacy work.
Okay, that sounds great. So, how long have you been part of the NAACP? And for that reason, why did you join?
I became a member of the NAACP when I was a freshman, so it's been about 2 years now, and I'm going on to my third year as president. My third year being in the NAACP, and I'm going to be a president. And I joined because I just really want to help Black people, my people, and also just help us through education, understanding our place in society and ways we could succeed, and all of the mission statements, everything in there, it aligns with what I believe in, and I've always been passionate about my people. Also, I was interested in Black feminism, and I thought that was something that could have been addressed within the WIN committee of the NAACP, which is Women in the NAACP. So since then, I've grown. I've grown into more things that the NAACP can offer. So, yeah.
Okay. And so over the years, what about the organization has improved, and what do you do differently now?
Not much has improved. I mean, not improved. It's obviously improved, but not much has changed. We do a lot of the same things. One thing that we changed this semester, while I was the president, was having meetings bi-weekly. That way, people can have time to do other things, because I know school can be very stressful. And what was the next question? What can we?
What did you all improve on or change that happened now during your presidency? But you told me about the different weekly meetings.
I think from last semester, one thing I really wanted to do was be more involved in the community and do more community service. So I believe that this semester we were able to increase that, and I hopefully want to do more of that next semester, just reaching out to community so they can understand who we are and that we're here to help them.
Okay, and then do y'all reach out mostly to the Black community, or do y'all reach out to other people of color to try to fulfill your mission statement, not just for one community, for all communities of color, in Nacogdoches? Or is that maybe a little bit harder for y'all to do?
The organizations and places that we've reached out to is places like Solid Foundation, which is a place for at-risk students, as well as the Boys and Girls Club, and that's not just for Black children. So I believe that we've reached people of color in general.
Okay. So could you detail some events and activities that are held during the year that either could be on campus, off campus, just some good events that you would like to share with us?
So We have different committees within the NAACP. For example, health committee, when, like I mentioned before, education, political action, criminal justice. So all of those committees, they generally have events throughout the semester. And also, one thing we did this semester was SFA Essence, and we had a vendor showcase. So that was my favorite event of the semester. It was basically just promoting Black businesses and entrepreneurship and having students be able to see that it's possible for Black people to be successful within their businesses and just being able to support more Black businesses because I believe that's important.
Yes, and it's like a booming
Yeah.
thing now. Like, there's a lot of Black businesses, and they're like all small,
Yeah.
but it's important to, I know, to support them.
Yeah.
So that sounds really fun. So speaking of events, there's a tradition that's created by SFA students called SF April, where various organizations host a week of activities in April for students to participate in. I know the NAACP has a nickname this week called SFA Essence, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So could you explain what exactly it is and what it offers?
So all the NAACPs, they usually have an NAACP week, and that's usually in February. But we decided to have it during SFA April, of course, because that's something specific to our university. So SFA Essence is basically a smaller version of the Essence Festival. So we wanted to kind of recreate that on a smaller scale within our committees. So each day we had one of our committees have a day, and they held an event. For example, the health committee had a Zumba class. So, we ended the week with the vendor showcase, like I mentioned, which is Black businesses, which I know the Essence Festival does. So my goal next year, or the next time that we decide to do it, is to have it on a larger scale, hopefully get more vendors, maybe a location that's easier for people to reach, and hopefully it can become something that's annual and more people can come. But I think it was successful this year.
Yeah, because I personally think if it was like a bigger, like, because I only knew about it like at the end, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I already have my week scheduled. But I think if it was personally a bigger schedule, I would definitely be there supporting it, because I think it was like a great cause, and it was like a mini Essence Festival.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That sounds like an awesome way to get students engaged on campus. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of this year's events. Stay tuned.
You have the opportunity to get an education.
Now, if you're just joining us, here I have SFA's NAACP President Robin Branch to give us more information on the organization. So Robin, in recent news, there was a protest arranged by NAACP as a result of suspected police brutality. We featured snippets of it earlier in the show, but could you go in depth about the rally?
The protest actually wasn't arranged by the NAACP, but rather the two girls who were involved in the incident. But we decided to help them spread awareness, so we put it on our social media account, as well as all the other Black organizations and just organizations within the OMA. They help spread awareness of the protests. So, and you wanted me to go in depth about the protest?
It's like about the rally and like what happened and how did you, go about the situation as the NAACP's president, or you was there as an individual?
So the protest and the march was in response to an incident that happened at the Verge, in which two girls came into an altercation with an off-duty police officer. So many students believe that they were unjustly assaulted, and there was excessive use of force, and one of the women should not have been charged with assault. So that's one of the reasons why we marched. I came there, and the people within the NAACP Executive Committee, we came there as individuals because we wanted to support these two women. But there's limits on what we could do specifically to help them in accordance with like national NAACP. But we tried to do everything that we could do. For example, offering NAACP lawyers and having an event during our SFA Essence Week called a Know Your Rights event, so people could know their rights and understand what they can do during a police encounter. So after the march and the protests, we went to the Hall Council meeting, and my political action chair, Gabby Harris, she was able to speak on behalf of the girls and asking for justice to the City Hall Council members. So I believe hopefully that was able to have members of the Nacogdoches community understand and know what's happening and that students are mad. So I believe that's one thing that we were able to do. And I just hope that these girls can receive justice for what happened to them. I know Lindsay's thinking about creating a GoFundMe to pay for her lawyer. So whenever she does do that, if students could help her by donating, and of course we'd post it on our social media account or retweet so we can spread awareness as well.
This is a touchy topic, but definitely one that should be discussed. Now, I know being president may be a bit challenging at times, so how do you manage duties with the organization as well as your other academics?
Well, this is my first semester being president. Last semester I was a vice president, and it really has been hard trying to manage everything because it was a lighter load for me last semester, of course. So one thing I've been really trying to do is organize everything that I have to do, my meetings, and make sure I do my homework and assignments during the weekends and anything else I have to do. So when I do have meetings during the week, I'll be able to manage that. And by doing so, I have a planner that'll help me, and I have people within my executive committee that helps me as well. For example, my secretary has been a lot of help for me as well.
There you have it, striving for betterment day by day. Unfortunately, this is all the time we have for today. Thank you again, Robin, for being our guest. Until next time, have a great day.